In a small city called Skopje, surrounded by hills and a quiet river, a little girl was born on 26th August 1910. Her birth name was Agnès Gonje Boyagiu. No one knew at that time that this small child would grow up to become one of the most famous symbols of love and service in the world. Later, people would lovingly call her Mother Teresa. Her family was not wealthy, but their home was filled with warmth, faith, and kindness. Her father was a hard-working man involved in business and community matters. Her mother was gentle, strong, and deeply religious. She often helped poor neighbors by giving them food and support. Young Agnes carefully watched her mother's actions. She learned that real love means sharing what you have, even if it is little. When Agnes was only 8 years old, her father suddenly passed away. His death brought sadness and financial struggle to the family. Her mother had to raise the children alone. During this difficult time, Agnes saw her mother remain strong and faithful. Instead of becoming bitter, her mother continued helping others. This deeply shaped Agnes's heart. She understood that suffering does not stop kindness. It can actually make kindness stronger. As a child, Agnes enjoyed school and loved learning languages. She was especially drawn to stories about missionaries who traveled far away to serve the poor. At church, she heard about Jesus caring for the sick, touching people others avoided, and loving those who were forgotten. These stories stayed in her heart. By the age of 12, she began to feel a strong inner calling. She felt that God was inviting her to dedicate her life completely to religious service. This feeling did not disappear as she grew older. Instead, it became stronger. At 18, she made a decision that would change her life forever. She decided to leave her home and join the Sisters of Loreto, a group of Catholic nuns who worked as missionaries in India. Leaving her family was painful. She knew she might never see them again. Still, her desire to serve was stronger than her fear. She first traveled to Ireland to learn English because it was necessary for her mission work. Ireland was cold and unfamiliar. She had to adjust to a new culture and language, but she remained focused. She took the name Teresa, inspired by Saint Therese, who was known for her simple love and devotion. In 1929, she finally arrived in India. She began her training in Darjeeling and later moved to Kolkata, then known as Calcutta. India was very different from her homeland. It was crowded, colorful, and full of life, but it was also filled with extreme poverty. Many people lived on the streets without food, shelter, or medical care. Sister Teresa began teaching at a school for girls. She was a dedicated and disciplined teacher. Her students respected and loved her. For nearly 20 years, she served as a teacher and later became head mistress. She lived inside the convent walls, safe and comfortable compared to the streets outside. However, outside those walls, the city was suffering. In 1943, a terrible famine struck Bengal. Thousands of people died from hunger. Soon after, violence between religious communities created more pain and fear. Sister Teresa could not ignore what she saw. Each day she looked at the poor and felt a growing sadness. In 1946, while traveling by train to Darjeeling for a retreat, she experienced what she later described as a call within a call. She felt deeply that God was asking her to leave the convent and live among the poorest people. She believed she was being asked to serve Jesus by serving those who were suffering the most. This decision was not easy. She had lived as a teacher for many years, but she felt that staying inside the school was no longer enough. In 1948, she received permission to leave the convent and begin her own mission. She changed her clothing. Instead of wearing the traditional nun's habit, she chose a simple white cotton sari with blue borders. This became her symbol. It showed simplicity and closeness to the poor. She also became an Indian citizen, fully embracing her new homeland. At first, her work was very difficult. She had little money. She walked through the streets of Kolkata, helping sick people, cleaning wounds, giving food, and offering comfort. Sometimes she felt lonely. Sometimes she doubted herself. But she continued because her faith was strong. In 1950, she officially founded the Missionaries of Charity. The purpose of this group was clear: to give free and loving service to the poorest of the poor. The sisters in this congregation took special vows. In addition to poverty, chastity, and obedience, they promised to serve the poorest people wholeheartedly. In 1952, she opened her first home for the dying in Kolkata. It was called Nirmal Hriday, meaning pure heart. It was created inside an old temple building. Here, people who were found dying on the streets could receive care, love, and dignity in their final days. She believed that even the poorest person deserved to die with respect. She also opened Shanti Nagar, a place for people suffering from leprosy. At a time when leprosy patients were rejected by society, she welcomed them. She touched them without fear. She provided medicine, clean bandages, and human kindness. Later, she established Nirmala Sishu Bhavan, a home for orphaned and homeless children. Many abandoned babies found protection and love there. Her mission was not only about physical care, it was about making people feel wanted. As years passed, more women joined her. The Missionaries of Charity began to grow. By the 1960s and 1970s, the organization expanded beyond India. New centers opened in Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. They cared for people with HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, and other serious illnesses. They opened soup kitchens, schools, shelters, and clinics. By the time of her death, thousands of sisters were serving in over 100 countries. Her small beginning had become a worldwide movement of compassion. Her work did not go unnoticed. In 1979, she received the Nobel Peace Prize for her humanitarian service. Instead of hosting a grand celebration banquet, she asked that the money be given to the poor. She also received India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. Despite worldwide recognition, she remained humble. She believed she was only a small pencil in God's hand. She continued living simply, sleeping in a small room and owning very little. In her later years, her health began to decline. She suffered heart problems and other illnesses. Even then, she continued traveling and visiting mission centers. Finally, on September 5, 1997, she passed away in Kolkata. The world mourned her death. Leaders from many nations honored her life. In 2016, the Catholic Church officially declared her a saint, recognizing her lifelong dedication to humanity. Mother Teresa's life teaches a powerful lesson. She showed that you do not need wealth or power to change the world. You need love, courage, and action. She did not try to solve every problem at once. She helped one person at a time. Her mission was simple but deep: serve the poorest, love the unwanted, and give dignity to the forgotten. Today, the Missionaries of Charity continue her work across the world. Thousands still wear the white sari with blue borders. They continue to serve quietly, just as she did. Mother Teresa once said that if you cannot feed 100 people, feed one. That simple message continues to inspire millions. Her story is not just about charity, it is about faith in action. It is about seeing humanity in every face. It is about believing that small acts of love can create great change. From a small girl in Skopje to a global symbol of compassion, her journey proves that one life filled with kindness
can touch the entire world. And even today, her mission continues in every helping hand, in every act of mercy, and in every heart that chooses love over indifference.